It's time to let the pigs out. I have 4 piglets that's new for this year. They're currently inside, getting to know their new home, and they're pretty eager to get out. But we still have a lot of work to do before we can let them out. We have some fencing that we need to get done. So we're currently out on the other side of the river collecting fence posts. I spent a whole summer putting these up. The plan was that the buffaloes were supposed to graze on the other side. Usually at this time the water level is much higher, so there are not a lot of posts that are in the water. There were more posts in the water than I thought, and it's even harder to pull them up when they're in the water. It's almost like there creates some extra vacuum. And also my rain boots are leaking, so there's not a lot of comfort in doing the posts in the water. So I think I'll just take the ones that are a little more on dry land and leave the rest until the water level is sinking again. I feel like I got the shortest straw when we decided on which job to take.
Hey!
We got all the fence posts into good use. This is hard work, and whoop! And I have this to prove it. I have brought my friend Henning here to help me. So we put the fence roll on the front of the tractor, and we're just gonna try and roll it towards the barn. And that's so yeah. If we can get it unhooked though.
Teoretisk så skal det være det.
Ja.
Der sitter den sånn.
Try to teach Henning to wear pants when he comes here to work, but somehow he just won't listen. So what I want to do is make a pen for the pigs. I'm going to use metal netting. They have electric netting now, but to save some time because it's the pigs that we want to get out. So we're going to just start by doing this line. Instead of making the whole pen, we're going to continue down to the river, and then we're going to take the other side down to the river so that we can get the pigs out, and then we'll finish it up later for the lambs because they are outside anyway within the electric netting. So they're all good. And eventually we're going to mount some gates on this side and that side so we can drive the tractor through here and into where the pigs are. But at the moment we're just going to close it up and get it done and worry about that later. And while he connects the fence, I'll be swinging the mallet. The mallet? The mallet? The maul? The maul? The mallet? For the sheep I use a brand new metal fence, but those rolls are quite expensive. I think it's 50 meters and it's like 1,400 Norwegian kroners. So I'm using that up for the sheep. Also it kind of looks a bit nicer when people come over and for myself. But down here in the bushes I'll use a used netting that I got from a neighbor, Erik. Thank you, Erik. It has bigger holes in it than the sheep fencing. I want that to have smaller holes because of lambs and maybe some ducks. But here I only needed to keep pigs inside, and hopefully it will work with the bigger holes. So the new fence was not in tip-top shape. It was okay, but it was double. It was 2 fences connected to one, and it was too tall to be one fence. So I just folded it to serve as one. I do want a hot wire around the fence as well to prevent them from digging and destroying it. And for them to know what a hot fence is, I'm making a smaller area with the hot fence around the opening so that they can come out and feel the fence. And also so they know where to go in back home, where the water and the food is. And yesterday we opened up for them and we stood there hoping to show you the first seconds when the pigs came out. But they've never been out before, neither did they want to go downwards. I don't know if that's something they're naturally reluctant to do or if it's just scary.
Ai, kom igjen da. Åh.
We tried to lure them out with some grass and some clover, and eventually we just gave up and called it a night, but we left it open, so if they wanted to, they could. And now it's about time to go and see if they are outside or if we still, or if they still need some work. Nope, no pigs. It's about time I feed them, so instead of doing it inside, I'm gonna do it outside today and see if they want to come out. Diggy, 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 diggy. Diggy, 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 diggy. Diggy, 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 diggy. The difference from now and last year, this year I started inside and now they don't want to come out. Last year I had like a small cabin, so I started there. So the only obstacle was to go further out when I removed the fence. This year they have a much bigger area, but they're stuck inside. So this is the angle. I don't know if it's too steep or if they just don't want to go out or if they are not able to go downwards. I'll just leave the food here and see if they want to come out by themselves and go do something else, and we'll come back a little later. The lambs are doing great, but Johnny and Jamie and Arnie still doesn't have a clue on how the bucket is working. So I still have to feed them by hand, and also I have to remove the bucket when they're finished because Jamie will chew on the nipple and destroy it. I still have to go out and feed them 3 or 4 times a day, but at least now 5 of them can eat from the bucket while I hand feed these 3. And if you remember from a couple of videos ago, I was chicken sitting for some neighbors and they forgot to pick them up. And after a couple of days, they still kind of forgot to pick them up. So then I said, they're mine now, I'm keeping them. So they're now currently in the new hen house. I'm not 100%, but my guess is that I have 1 hen and 2 roosters. They will get company in a couple of days. I have ordered some new hens. So my buying egg from the store days will now soon be over. Okay, so this clearly does not work. Either it's too steep or it's too slippery and they're not built to go down a slide. I have a plan though and I have faith in it. So in the morning I promise that all of these pigs will be outside. Too bad I didn't get to, to share it today, but there is always tomorrow. So thank you for watching. See you next time and toodaloo.